Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday, which means Vanderpump Rules recap day, another round of Wake Up and Adam, which was amazing. And thank you guys so much for calling in and being brave enough to share your stories this morning. Again, like I said in my last video, I will make an effort to make sure that the stories stay lighter. Sometimes I get caught up in ID investigates and all kinds of stuff. So tomorrow we're going to do embarrassing workplace stories, which I think will be so much fun. Of course, on top of our Bravo scandals, and we're going to make sure that we wake up in the right way, glass half full, positive. However, that is not what we're back to talk about now. We're back to talk about the fact that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are apparently irked over Kathy Hilton's season 12 pay raise. Now, we have all the details on that and more, but before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's being said that Kathy Hilton made a boss move in holding out on returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for season 12 until Bravo agreed to pay her more money. And they're saying it worked. Now, if you guys remember, we saw so many photos of the cast. We saw them go to Kyle Richards' store opening in Palm Desert. We saw them at Sutton Strack's event at the Sutton Concept at her store in West Hollywood. We even saw them at the Andaz Hotel. Everywhere we saw them, where there were cameras, we did not see Kathy Hilton. Now, when I was doing my interview with Kathy, now that I'm looking back, she dropped an interesting piece of information, and it makes me wonder. I told her, I said, yeah, I know that the women are filming. And she said, filming? When did they start filming? I said, well, I know that they filmed for Portia's bat mitzvah. And she's like, I didn't know that they were filming. She's like, I went to the first part of Portia's bat mitzvah, but the party I didn't make it to because I wasn't feeling that great. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But now I'm looking back and thinking, were you not there because the contract wasn't signed and you wanted to make sure that you got paid what you were worth? Because if that's the case, I'm all here for it. Kathy Hilton, I understand, is not a full-time role. And when people heard this whopping $2 million number, everyone went crazy. They're like, we love Kathy. We don't know if she's worth $2 million. And then on the other side, people were like, pay her the $2 million. Now, if that's the number, well, we don't actually know. We haven't seen her contract. But if that's what she was doing, it looks like if that was the route, it worked. The 62-year-old reportedly received a generous pay raise for season 12, and it turns out her co-stars are less than thrilled about it. Lisa Rinna, Garcelle Bouvet, Erica Jane, Dorit Kemsley, Crystal Kung Minkoff, and Sutton Strack are reportedly green with envy over Kathy's hefty pay raise. What could the pay raise be? Is it $1 million? Like, what are they actually paying her? Because my big question here is, they started filming back at the end of October. So it was early November. They started filming November and December. And now she just started filming at the end of December going into January. So they already had at least a month and a half, 2 months under their belt. They only filmed for about 4, sometimes 5. That's a big chunk of time. That's almost half of the time that she's not going to be included. Now, of course, if you go on and you see other, like they have these Bravo fan pages that piece together when they're showing us, like, for example, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I believe it's called the Bravo Bone Collector. But they were showing us on Salt Lake City how the scenes didn't necessarily match up and how editing pieced things together based off of the women's nail polish. I would never think to dissect the details that much and pay that much attention, but I'm so glad people are doing it because it makes sense. And now I have a feeling that they're going to do the same thing with Kathy Hilton in the upcoming season. They're going to make sure that they get a ton of pickup shots of her, have her in these random conversations that have to do with something that happened when she wasn't around, have her put in her 2 cents, her input, and make it look like she was there the whole time. At the end of the day, they have a show to put on, and I have a feeling that's exactly what they're going to do. Now, it was said, a source told Life in Style, the reason for all the jealousy is that Kathy is still considered a friend of on the Housewives show. She is not an official regular, not yet anyway. While Kathy's sister Kyle Richards isn't upset about her raise, the rest of the ladies in the cast are apparently fuming. The Housewives are furious in stirring up a fuss, spills the source. It caused major salary snooping investigation in the 90210. The insider also added, every other cast member wants to know why Kathy's making this season, and if they find out that it's more, or not why, why she's making it onto the season, but what she's making this season. And if they find out that it's more than what they're taking home, they're going to be upset. And they're saying there's going to be hell to pay for Bravo. This is my thing. Vicki Gunvalson, the OG of the OC, Tamara came out on a podcast with Teddy Mellencamp. It's called Two Teas in a Pod. Now, when she did, she was discussing salaries. And she was telling us a little bit about what she made. And she shared a story that, you know, she had with Vicki Gunvalson in an interaction about another housewife's salary. Apparently, when Vicki Gunvalson found out that Nene Leakes was commanding over $2 million a season, Vicki called producers, called Alex Baskin, called Evolution Media, and was like, no, what the hell? I've been here for a long time. I'm the one who helped you guys, you know, get on the map. I started this because we know Vicki feels like she started the Housewives. Had nothing to do with NBC, Bravo, Andy Cohen, or the suit and ties behind it all. But she was upset because there was another housewife making a lot more money than her. And this housewife wasn't even on her franchise. We've seen housewives get mad about this in the past. Even Leah McSweeney, before she signed on to this last season of Real Housewives of New York, which was a total disaster, she was upset because they tried lowballing the hell out of her. And she was like, no, I was a fan favorite, which is crazy to say because she went from being a fan favorite to one of the most hated cast members on the show within a season. But she said after she was negotiating for her contract for her second season, this past season, I brought a lot of drama. I was a fan favorite and I'm worth more than what you're offering me. So she held out at least 2-3 weeks into filming before she finally signed on. And then when she did, they paid her what she wanted to get paid. And the rest is history. It was the first reunion ever, or the first season ever without a reunion. It was really one of the most awful seasons of New York City ever. I don't know where to put the blame on that, but that is not what we're about to talk about. All right, with this, guys, I want to know what your thoughts are because I can't just give you this information and not ask what you think. Do you think it's true that the women are a little bit green with envy? Do you think there could be some jealousy out there about what's going on and how much Kathy's being paid? And if she is getting a hefty pay raise, do you feel like Kathy Hilton deserves it? As an honorary Hilton myself, I have to say yes, but I might be biased because I'm part of the family now. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, oh, also don't forget to join us at 12 today on Down with Jason to talk Vanderpump Rules. And then hopefully if there's enough hot takes, well, probably between 4 and 6, we'll post on the community tab and we'll see you then as well. So I love you guys. I'll see you so very soon. Bye.